What's going on, everyone? Today I'm in Roswell, Georgia at Green Lawn Cemetery. I'm here to pay my respects to Richard Irwin Rude, better known by many in the wrestling world as Ravishing Rick Rude. Before we get started, let me first say thanks for watching People of the Past. And if this is your first time, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing the video. So let's get going, and along the way we'll talk a little bit about him. Rick Rude was born in St. Peter, Minnesota on December 7th, 1958 to parents Richard and Sally Rude. He attended Robbinsdale High School with a few other wrestlers you might have heard of. There were Tom Zink, Nelson Simpson, better known as Nikita Koloff, and his good friend Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig. Rude had a nearly 20-year career that spanned multiple wrestling promotions, and he was best known for his narcissistic bad boy persona. Although he may have not looked very strong, other wrestlers say he was very strong and could knock a person out with just a slap. Outside of the wrestling world, he competed in arm wrestling and was a legit boxer. Rude had a unique ring attire. He would come to the ring in a velvet robe, and his tights would have airbrushed faces of his opponents. And his catchphrase would always be a great one. He would get in the ring and say, "Cut the music." What I'd like to have right now is for all you fat, out of shape sweat hogs to keep the noise down while I take my robe off and show the ladies what a real man looks like. Hit the music. And then he would do like a little striptease dance, usually having a lady from the audience assist him. But despite his in-ring personality, he was very much a family man. In fact, Bret Hart said Rude was devoted to his wife and kids, and noted that Rick never took his wedding ring off during matches. Instead, he would just tape over it. Rick was married twice. His first marriage lasted 6 years. He married his second wife in 1998 and remained married until his death. And out of his second marriage came 3 children. Unfortunately, his youngest son passed away from a motorcycle accident at the age of 19. Rude's final match that ended his career was when he wrestled Sting. And I'm gonna oh, this is unique. Okay, so I'm gonna hold off for a minute. I'm gonna tell you, this is neat. So all right, so here is Ernest Ernie T. Johnson. He had a brave heart, and if you can notice there, 1924 to 2011, he played for the Atlanta Braves, and he was also a broadcaster. And his son, Ernie Johnson too, he does the NBA on TNT and all that. And if you're right above here, I don't know if you can see it right up there, that's Pete Van Wiering. He was also Braves broadcaster, and they actually broadcast games together. So I think that's pretty neat that they're laid to rest pretty much in the same spot. I'm a Cardinals fan, but growing up in the South, I would listen to them on the radio, and also during the Braves broadcast on TV. That's pretty neat. And here's a little bench right here, Ernie Johnson. And then here's one down here for Pete Van Wiering. I'm sorry about that. I just thought that was pretty neat. That's why when I do these, sometimes I'll just kind of glance and see who else is around. So anyway, that's pretty neat. But so back to what we're saying. Yeah, So Rude's final match that ended his career was when he wrestled Sting. Sting dove over the top rope and Rude caught him but fell awkwardly on the raised floor, blowing out his C4 and C5 vertebrae. He would later blame Sting, saying that Sting was careless when he jumped where he jumped from. He would try to rehabilitate himself for a comeback, but unfortunately on April 20th, 1999, at the age of 40, he was found deceased by his wife. An autopsy showed he suffered a heart attack. And you can see right here somebody left a championship belt. And here's a little thing that says, "Our loving daddy, Rick Rude." And right here is his final resting place. Richard Rick Rude, December 7th, 1958, April 20th, 1999, in God's loving care. I remember some of the matches that he was a part of, and I think one of the ones that really stood out to me is when he during his persona, he would go to the ring side and sometimes, you know, grab a girl and kiss or whatever, but one of them just happened to be his Jake the Snake's wife's, Jake the Snake Roberts' wife, and it caused a big flare up. Some people say that Rick Rude didn't know that was his wife. Some people say he did know, and it was just did it just to, you know, for the entertainment issue purposes. Next right here is his wife, Michelle B. Rude. Of course, she's still alive. There you have it. Rest in peace to the Rude family, to the Johnson family, and to the Van Wieren family. Remember to like, share, leave a comment. Let me know what, if you remember Rick Rude, what was some of his favorite, your favorite matches. And I look forward to you on the next People of the Past.